First People's Buffalo Jump in Alm, Montana, which is near Great Falls. And as you can see, we're out here on the Great Plains. There's just nothing but prairie as far as you can see. It's a little smoky today. There's a fire about 100 miles from here, but you still get the drift. I never learned about buffalo jumps in school in Ohio, so I think that's why I'm so intrigued by them. And I thought maybe, since most of my friends are from the Midwest, you might not know about them either. First of all, I know there's a buffalo jump in Havre, which is about 100 miles from here, that there's archaeological evidence that it was used at least as early as the time of Moses. So think about how long that is. That's a long, long time ago. So this is how they work. So Grandma Buffalo, she's in charge of the herd. She's leading her herd and they're out doing their thing. There might be 80 or 100 buffalo with her. And she hears a baby crying. So she looks off in the distance, a baby buffalo, because she's a great mama, she worries about that. And she sees a little buffalo and it's crying, and so she tries to get the herd all organized, and she's worried about that buffalo. So she takes the herd over there, and she might follow that little buffalo for a long time, maybe for a day. And it keeps leading her along. And then as she gets to this point, and again, it just looks like plains, right? She realizes, or maybe she doesn't realize, that really isn't a baby buffalo. It's a human boy, maybe between 8 and 14. And he is wearing a buffalo cloth, and he's making crying sounds. And so as she's led her herd here to be a good mom, a good grandma, a good leader, all of a sudden, wolves pop up beside her and behind her herd. But they really aren't wolves, but they look like wolves to her. They are people, Native Americans, or natives, indigenous people, dressed like wolves. And they scare the herd from behind and from the side, and all of a sudden, there's only one way to go. So Grandma Buffalo, who's in charge of the herd, because it's a matriarchal society, she starts to lead the herd. There's only one way left. It's this way. And can you tell? This doesn't even look, it looks like you're just gonna go over a rolling cliff, or a rolling hill. You have no idea. So what might lie ahead. So all of a sudden, she's got 80 or 100 thundering buffaloes behind her. It's dusty. The buffalo in the back are scared by the wolves. The buffalo on the sides are scared by the wolves. Everybody is pretty confused. And it still feels like she's leading the herd just down to the rolling prairies, and things are going really fast. And all of a sudden, probably about here, she realizes that I'm scared of heights, so bear with me. We're at a cliff, a big cliff, and one I'm too scared to stay at the side of. And there it is. And that's where it happens. And the herd falls off. And the indigenous people have food. And they're very, very efficient and conservative. And the first thing that happens is every buffalo is killed with arrows or spears. There's a belief that if one buffalo escapes, it will tell all the rest of the buffalo on the prairie what happened, and they will never come here again. And this is a place that tribes use for generations. And then after they are killed, they are quickly cleaned and skinned and butchered, and then every little piece of the buffalo is processed, and eventually they make pemmican and jerky and pack up what they can take what they've killed, and they take it back to where they came from. Now again, remember, this is before horses, so this all happened was all carried with their big wolf dogs that pulled travas. So that's pretty cool, I think. So back in Moses' day, they had dogs who could help carry their loads. So I don't know, I just think this is a really special place. I know what I've read, it's a sacred place. It's a place where the real world and the spirit world meets, and I think I really have a sense of that here. It's a beautiful place. And again, it's a state park now in Montana called the First Peoples Buffalo Jump.